Have you ever felt like your mind is constantly cluttered with negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, and distracting chatter? Like a dirty room that hasn't been cleaned in ages, our minds can accumulate all sorts of mental junk over time that weighs us down and holds us back from living our best lives. But just as we'd clean our physical space to create a more pleasant and productive environment, we must also learn how to clean our dirty minds. I've discovered that the state of our inner world shapes our outer world. When we allow our minds to be consumed by pessimism, worry, resentment, and other toxic thought patterns, we struggle to find genuine happiness, peace, and success. On the flip side, when we cultivate a clean, positive mindset, we open the door to incredible opportunities and experiences. So how exactly do we go about cleaning our dirty minds? The first step is awareness. We need to shine a light on the dark corners of our psyche and become conscious of the mental clutter we've accumulated. Take a moment right now to observe your thoughts. What kind of self-talk do you typically engage in? Is it uplifting and empowering or critical and defeating? Do you tend to dwell on past regrets and failures or worry about hypothetical future scenarios? Simply noticing these tendencies without judgment is a powerful starting point. The next step is to understand that thoughts are just thoughts, they are not necessarily reality. We don't have to believe everything we think. Just because a negative thought pops into our head doesn't mean it's true or that we have to give it power over us. Imagine your mind is like a clear blue sky and your thoughts are like clouds passing through. You are not the clouds, you are the sky. The clouds come and go, but the sky remains constant. One of the most effective ways I've found to clean out mental clutter is through the practice of mindfulness and meditation. By taking time each day to sit in stillness, focus on our breath, and observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them, we start to create space between us and our mental chatter. We begin to recognize that we are the thinker of our thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. As we strengthen this inner observer through consistent practice, we naturally become less reactive to negative thoughts and more able to let them pass through without clinging to them. Another key aspect of cleaning our dirty minds is consciously choosing what we focus on and feed into our psyche. Just like eating junk food can lead to an unhealthy body, consuming mental junk food can lead to an unhealthy mind. This includes things like toxic media, gossip, complaining, and hanging around negative people. We must be proactive about surrounding ourselves with positivity, inspiration, and supportive influences. Read uplifting books, watch motivational content, engage in hobbies you love, and spend time with people who bring out your best. What you focus on expands, so concentrate your energy on what you want more of in your life. It's also crucial that we learn to reframe our perception of challenges and setbacks. Often, our dirty minds get stuck in victim mentality where we feel powerless and at the mercy of life's difficulties. But what if we viewed obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning instead? Every challenge bears a gift, a chance for us to evolve into a stronger, wiser version of ourselves. When we adopt this empowering perspective, we shift from being bogged down by our problems to being energized to find solutions. Embracing an attitude of curiosity rather than self-pity allows us to mind the lessons in our hardships. Of course, cleaning our dirty minds isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing process that requires commitment and perseverance. We must make it a daily practice to monitor our thoughts, release what doesn't serve us, and align our focus with our highest aspirations. But the more we do this, the more effortless it becomes. Over time, we literally rewire our brains, forming new neural pathways that make positive, clean thinking our default mode. As we declutter our inner world, we start to experience incredible shifts in our outer world. We feel lighter, freer, and more at peace. We have more energy and enthusiasm to pour into our goals and relationships. We magnetize abundance, joy, and fulfillment, all because we took the time to clean house in the one place that impacts everything else, our minds. But don't just take my word for it. I invite you to experiment with cleaning your own dirty mind and see the results for yourself. Start small and build from there. Commit to a short daily meditation practice. Pay attention to your self-talk and consciously choose thoughts that uplift you. Surround yourself with positivity. Reframe challenges as opportunities. And trust that as you clean up your mental space, your life will transform in extraordinary ways. Friends, we all have the power to shape our reality by shaping our minds. No matter how much mental junk we've accumulated, no matter how ingrained our negative patterns may feel, we can choose differently. We can take out the trash in our heads and cultivate an inner environment that nourishes us. It's not always easy, but it's oh so worth it, because a clean mind is the foundation for a phenomenal life. So what do you say? Are you ready to grab a mental mop and get to work? Are you willing to do the inner housekeeping that will allow your highest self to shine through? If so, let's get started right here and now. Take a deep breath, release any thoughts that aren't serving you, and affirm your commitment to a clean, clear, radiant mindset. You have the power to transform your inner world and, by extension, your outer world. Wield that power wisely and watch in awe as your life becomes a glorious reflection of your most luminous self. The journey of cleaning our dirty minds is a lifelong adventure with twists, turns, and hidden treasures awaiting at every stage. While we may never achieve a state of perfect, unrelenting positivity, that's not the goal. The aim is progress, not perfection. As long as we keep showing up day after day to do the work of mental hygiene, we are succeeding, we are evolving. We are breaking free from the shackles of a cluttered psyche and stepping into our power. And oh, what sweet freedom there is in a mind that's been decluttered and restored to its natural state of clarity. When we learn to be the master of our thoughts rather than their slave, we reclaim our innate birthright to joy, love, and peace. No longer do we dwell in the stagnant swamp of negativity and lack. Instead, we frolic in the pristine waters of possibility and abundance. We see the world through fresh eyes, recognizing the miracle of existence at every turn. But like any skill, cleaning our dirty minds requires consistent practice and patience. There will be days when the mental chatter feels deafening, when the negative thoughts stick like super glue. In those moments, we must remember to be gentle with ourselves, to extend the same compassion and understanding we would to a dear friend. Beating ourselves up for having a dirty mind only muddies the waters further. The key is to lovingly redirect our focus again and again until eventually it becomes second nature. One of the most profound realizations I've had on this journey is that true change happens from the inside out. We can't control the chaos of the world around us, but we can choose how we respond to it. When we clean our dirty minds, we become an oasis of tranquility amidst the turbulence. From this centered place, we are better equipped to show up as a force for good, to radiate the change we wish to see. So as we commit to this inner work, let us hold the vision of a world filled with clear-minded, open-hearted individuals. Imagine what we could create, how we could evolve if more of us chose to take responsibility for our mental hygiene. I believe that as we each do our part to clean up our inner environment, we contribute to the global healing that is so needed at this time. We become beacons of hope, shining examples of what's possible when we tend to the garden of our minds with loving diligence. In every moment, we stand at a crossroads. We can choose to continue down the well-trodden path of mental messiness, or we can venture into the uncharted territory of inner clarity. Though it may feel risky at first, stepping out of our comfort zone and questioning the thoughts we've long identified with, I assure you it's a courageous leap worth taking. On the other side of that leap lies a version of yourself you may have only dreamed of, vibrant, purposeful, and free. As we embark on this great adventure of cleaning our dirty minds, let us remember that we are in this together. We are all students and teachers for one another, mirrors reflecting back our shared humanity. When the going gets tough, reach out for support and inspiration. Surround yourself with fellow travelers on the path of personal growth. And trust that every sincere effort you make to clean your mind ripples out to create a cleaner, brighter world for us all. In the end, the ultimate reward for cleaning our dirty minds is not just a more enjoyable life experience, but a profound reconnection with our essential wholeness. Beneath the layers of grime and clutter lies the radiant diamond of our true nature waiting to be uncovered. As we polish the mirror of our minds, we come home to ourselves. We discover that we are enough, we are worthy, we are loved. From this place of unshakable inner peace, we access our infinite potential to create, love, and thrive. So let us celebrate the noble work of mental housekeeping, knowing that it is an act of sacred self-care. As we sweep away the dust of old stories and limiting beliefs, we make space for miracles. As we wash the windows of our perception, we let in the light of wisdom and grace. And as we declutter the closets of our consciousness, we find we already have everything we need inside. Dear friends, the journey of a clean mind is a lifetime practice, but it is one that yields ever-deepening rewards. It is not about achieving some static state of perfection, but rather about embracing the perpetual unfolding of our highest potential. With each mindful breath, each compassionate redirection of our attention, we inch closer to embodying the luminous truth of who we are. So let us approach this great work with equal parts reverence and lightheartedness, understanding its profound importance while also not taking ourselves too seriously. Let us embrace the ebbs and flows, the breakthroughs and the setbacks, trusting in our inherent resilience and capacity for renewal. And let us lean on each other for encouragement and accountability, remembering that we are all allies in this grand adventure of awakening. As I look out at your bright faces, I am reminded of the immense courage it takes to show up for this inner excavation. By your very presence here, you are demonstrating a commitment to your own liberation and to the healing of our world. I bow to the light in each and every one of you, to the fearless explorers of consciousness that you are. As we part ways today, I invite you to begin your mind cleaning practice with a simple affirmation. Place your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath and repeat after me. I am willing to let go of what no longer serves me. I open my mind to the infinite possibilities of the present moment. I choose thoughts that nourish my soul and uplift my life. I am grateful for the magnificent being that I am. Feel free to adapt this affirmation to resonate with your own heart's wisdom. Make it yours and use it daily as a reminder of your commitment to a clean mind. Write it on your bathroom mirror, put it in your phone as an alert, or make it your computer screensaver. Whenever you see it, take a moment to pause, breathe, and reconnect with your intention. And remember, this work is not about perfection, it's about practice. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and trust in the unfolding. As you continue to clean your dirty mind, you will encounter treasures beyond your wildest imagination. You will come to know yourself as the vast, unbounded consciousness you truly are. And you will become a shining light for all those who are ready to awaken to their own infinite potential. The journey of a clean mind is the journey of a lifetime. It is the ultimate adventure, the supreme romance, the great homecoming. And it all begins right here, right now, with a simple choice, the choice to tend to your inner garden with loving awareness, to prune away the weeds of negativity and plant the seeds of limitless possibility. So let us roll up our sleeves, grab our mental gardening tools, and get to work. The soil of our consciousness is ripe and ready for transformation. With every thought we choose, every belief we question, every moment of presence we cultivate, we are participating in the grandest revolution of all, the revolution of the human spirit. My dear friends, I am honored to walk this path with you. I believe in your innate goodness, your boundless creativity, your untapped potential. I am cheering you on every step of the way, celebrating your victories and holding space for your challenges. Together, let us clean our dirty minds and give birth to a world beyond our wildest dreams. The time is now. The power is within you. The choice is yours. What will you do with this one wild and precious life? Will you settle for a mind cluttered with limitation and lack? Or will you dare to clean house, to make space for the extraordinary, to embrace your birthright as a sovereign creator? I invite you to join me on this exhilarating expedition into the heart of what matters most. I invite you to say yes to your highest calling, to your deepest truth, to your most authentic self. I invite you to embark on the great adventure of cleaning your dirty mind, one thought at a time. Let us begin together now. Take a deep breath, exhale all that no longer serves you, and step forward with the unwavering faith that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Your clean mind awaits, and with it, a life beyond your wildest imaginings. So here's to you, to me, to all of us, the brave warriors of light daring to shine from the inside out. May our minds be clear, our hearts be full, and our lives be a testament to the power of presence. The journey begins anew with every breath. Let us make each one count. And so it is. Amen. Namaste. And all the blessings of a clean mind be yours. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for being the change. I love you. I believe in you. And I am forever honored to walk by your side. Now let's get out there and clean some minds. The world is waiting for our light. Have you ever found yourself in the midst of a storm wondering how you'll ever make it through to the other side? Life has a way of throwing us curveballs when we least expect it, leaving us feeling overwhelmed, discouraged, and even hopeless at times. Whether it's a personal crisis, a financial hardship, a health challenge, or a relationship breakdown, we all face difficult seasons that test our strength, resilience, and faith. But what if I told you that these tough times are not happening to you, but for you? That within every challenge lies an opportunity for growth, healing, and transformation. In this speech, we'll explore how to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, courage, and wisdom. You'll discover practical tools and insights to help you not just survive, but thrive in the face of adversity. So if you're currently going through a tough time or want to be prepared for future challenges, this message is for you. Get ready to shift your perspective, reframe your struggles, and tap into your innate power to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. Part 1, embracing change. One of the biggest reasons we struggle during tough times is our resistance to change. As humans, we crave stability, comfort, and predictability. We create routines, make plans, and build our lives around a certain set of expectations. So when life throws us a curveball and shatters our sense of normalcy, it's natural to feel disoriented, anxious, and even angry. But here's the truth: change is the only constant in life. Everything in the universe is in a state of flux, from the cells in our bodies to the stars in the sky. Seasons change, relationships evolve, economies shift. Resisting this fundamental law of nature only creates more suffering. Instead, what if we learn to embrace change as an opportunity for growth and evolution? What if we trusted that life is always working in our favor, even when it doesn't feel that way? When we surrender our attachment to how things should be and open ourselves up to new possibilities, we create space for miracles to unfold. I know it's easier said than done. Letting go of control and leaning into uncertainty can be terrifying. But the alternative, clinging to the past, fighting reality, and closing ourselves off to new beginnings, is far more painful in the long run. So how do we cultivate a mindset of flexibility and adaptability? It starts with accepting that change is inevitable and trusting in our resilience to handle whatever comes our way. We can reframe challenges as opportunities to learn, grow, and expand beyond our perceived limitations. When tough times arise, instead of asking, why is this happening to me, we can ask, what is this here to teach me? How can I use this experience to evolve and transform? By shifting our focus from victimhood to empowerment, we reclaim our agency and start to see the hidden blessings in every struggle. This doesn't mean denying or minimizing our pain. It's important to honor our feelings and give ourselves permission to grieve, rage, and feel whatever arises. But we don't have to get stuck there. We can acknowledge our emotions without being ruled by them. We can choose to see beyond our temporary circumstances to the bigger picture of our lives. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, light and dark, ease and difficulty. Every experience, no matter how challenging, is a necessary part of our soul's journey. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be to learn what you came here to learn. Embrace the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, knowing that change is not happening to you, but for you. Part 2, leveraging your mindset. Another key to navigating tough times is mastering your mindset. Our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality in powerful ways. The stories we tell ourselves about our challenges determine how we experience them. When we focus on everything that's going wrong, we amplify our suffering. But when we choose to look for the good, even in difficult circumstances, we open ourselves up to possibility and hope. Now, this doesn't mean putting on rose-colored glasses and pretending everything is perfect. It's not about denying the very real challenges you may be facing, but it is about recognizing that you have the power to choose your perspective and response in any given moment. One way to shift your mindset is by practicing gratitude. When we're in the midst of a storm, it can be hard to find anything to feel thankful for. But even in the darkest of times, there are always glimmers of light if we're willing to look for them. Maybe it's a supportive friend, a warm meal, or a roof over your head. Maybe it's the resilience and strength you're discovering within yourself as you navigate this difficult chapter. Gratitude doesn't negate our pain, but it does help us balance our perspective. It reminds us that even in the midst of hardship, there is still goodness and beauty in the world. And the more we focus on what we appreciate, the more we attract things to appreciate. It's a positive feedback loop that can completely transform our experience. Another mindset shift that can be incredibly powerful during tough times is reframing our challenges as opportunities for growth. Every difficult experience is an invitation to evolve and expand. It's a chance to develop new skills, insights, and strengths we never knew we had. Think of the caterpillar that must dissolve into goo before it can emerge as a butterfly. The struggle is an essential part of its transformation. In the same way, our own struggles can be catalysts for profound change and growth if we're willing to embrace them as such. When we're in the midst of a tough time, it can be hard to see the bigger picture. We get tunnel vision, fixating on our immediate circumstances and forgetting the larger context of our lives. But if we zoom out and take a bird's eye view, we start to see how every experience, no matter how challenging, is weaving a tapestry of strength, wisdom, and resilience. The difficulties you've faced in the past have shaped you into the person you are today. They've taught you valuable lessons, developed your character, and expanded your capacity to love, serve, and show up in the world. And the challenges you're facing now are doing the same. They are forging you in the fires of transformation, burnishing your spirit, and preparing you for even greater things ahead. So when you find yourself in the midst of a tough time, remember that your mindset is your most powerful tool. Choose to focus on the good, even when it's hard. Reframe your challenges as opportunities for growth. And trust that every experience is conspiring in your favor, even when it doesn't feel that way in the moment. Part 3, taking inspired action. Of course, navigating tough times isn't just about changing our mindset, it's also about taking inspired action. When we're feeling overwhelmed and discouraged, it can be tempting to retreat, shut down, or numb out. But often the best way through a challenge is to lean in and take small, consistent steps forward. Now, this doesn't mean forcing ourselves to be productive or pushing through exhaustion. It's important to honor our needs and give ourselves permission to rest and recharge when necessary. But it does mean being proactive in our own healing and growth rather than waiting passively for circumstances to change. One powerful way to take inspired action during tough times is by focusing on service. When we're struggling, our natural tendency is often to turn inward, getting lost in our own pain and problems. But when we shift our focus outward and look for ways to help others, something miraculous happens. By giving our time, energy, and resources to a cause greater than ourselves, we tap into a deep well of meaning and purpose. We remember that we are part of something bigger, and that our struggles are not the whole story. We find comfort in connection and joy in being of service. This could mean volunteering for a local charity, offering support to a friend in need, or simply performing random acts of kindness for strangers. It doesn't have to be grand or time-consuming. Even small gestures of love and generosity can shift our energy and perspective in powerful ways. Another way to take inspired action during tough times is by focusing on our own self-care. When we're feeling depleted and discouraged, it's more important than ever to prioritize our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. This means nourishing our bodies with healthy food, getting enough rest and exercise, and seeking support when we need it. It also means cultivating practices that bring us joy, calm, and clarity. This might include meditating, journaling, spending time in nature, or engaging in a creative hobby. By taking care of ourselves in small, consistent ways, we build our resilience and capacity to weather life's storms. Finally, taking inspired action during tough times often means reaching out for help and support. We are not meant to navigate life's challenges alone. It takes courage and vulnerability to admit when we're struggling and ask for assistance, but it is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether it's leaning on friends and family, seeking professional help, or joining a support group, there are always people and resources available to help us through difficult times. Don't be afraid to reach out and let others know what you need. You might be surprised by the love, compassion, and practical support that flows your way. Remember, taking inspired action doesn't mean having all the answers or fixing everything overnight. It's about showing up for yourself and others in small, consistent ways. It's about focusing on what you can control rather than getting lost in worry and fear. And it's about trusting that even the tiniest steps forward can lead to profound healing and transformation over time. Part 4, finding meaning and purpose. One of the deepest challenges of navigating tough times is the sense of meaninglessness and despair that can arise. When we're in the midst of a crisis, it's easy to feel like our suffering is pointless, our struggles are futile, and our lives are without purpose. But even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of light and hope if we're willing to look for it. One way to find meaning in the midst of hardship is by reframing our struggles as part of a larger story. Every hero's journey includes challenges, setbacks, and dark nights of the soul. These difficulties are not obstacles to our path, but rather essential parts of it. They are the initiations that forge our character, deepen our wisdom, and prepare us for our ultimate destiny. When we can see our tough times as part of a greater narrative arc, we start to find purpose in our pain. We realize that our struggles are not random or meaningless, but rather a necessary part of our soul's evolution. We begin to trust that everything is unfolding as it should, even when it feels difficult in the moment. Another way to find meaning in tough times is by focusing on the lessons and growth opportunities they provide. Every challenge comes bearing gifts if we're willing to receive them. Sometimes these gifts are obvious: a newfound appreciation for what really matters, a stronger sense of resilience, a deeper capacity for empathy and compassion. Other times, the lessons are more subtle and may take time to reveal themselves. But if we approach our struggles with curiosity and openness, we can begin to extract the wisdom and insight they hold. We can ask ourselves questions like, what is this experience teaching me about myself and my life? How can I use this challenge to become a better, wiser, more loving person? What strengths and skills am I developing as I navigate this difficult terrain? By framing our tough times as opportunities for learning and growth, we imbue them with a sense of purpose. We start to see that our suffering is not in vain, but rather a catalyst for our own evolution and transformation. Ultimately, finding meaning and purpose in tough times is about connecting to something greater than ourselves. It's about recognizing that we are part of a vast, interconnected web of life, and that our individual struggles and triumphs are all part of a larger tapestry. This might mean tapping into a spiritual or religious framework that provides comfort and guidance during difficult times. It might mean dedicating ourselves to a cause or mission that feels meaningful and important, even in the face of adversity. Or it might simply mean cultivating a sense of awe and wonder at the beauty and mystery of life, even in its most challenging moments. When we can connect to a sense of purpose beyond our own individual concerns, we find a deep well of strength and resilience. We remember that we are not alone in our struggles and that our lives have inherent value and meaning, even in the midst of hardship. So if you find yourself in a tough time, wondering how you'll ever make it through, remember this: your life has a purpose, even if you can't see it clearly in the moment. Your struggles are not meaningless, but rather a necessary part of your soul's journey. And by staying open to the lessons and growth opportunities embedded in every challenge, you can begin to alchemize your pain into wisdom, your suffering into strength, and your darkness into light. Conclusion. In closing, navigating tough times is never easy, but it is an inevitable part of the human experience. No matter how much we may wish for a life of constant ease and happiness, the truth is that challenges and difficulties are essential for our growth and evolution. By embracing change, reframing our mindset, taking inspired action, and finding meaning and purpose in our struggles, we can cultivate the resilience and wisdom to weather any storm. We can learn to see our tough times not as obstacles to our happiness, but as opportunities for transformation and growth. Remember, you are stronger than you know. You have within you a deep well of courage, compassion, and resilience that can carry you through even the darkest of times. Trust in your own inherent wholeness and worthiness, even when everything around you feels broken and uncertain. Reach out for help and support when you need it, and offer the same to others when you can. We are all in this together, and by leaning on each other and lifting each other up, we can find comfort, strength, and hope even in the midst of adversity. Of all, hold fast to the truth that this too shall pass. No matter how dark the night may seem, the dawn will always come. No matter how deep the valley, there is always a path forward. And no matter how lost or broken you may feel, there is always a way back home to yourself. So keep going, even when it feels impossible. Keep believing, even when all evidence points to the contrary. And keep shining your light, even when the world feels cloaked in darkness. For you are a beacon of hope and resilience. And your story is far from over. Trust the journey, even when you can't see the destination. Embrace the uncertainty, knowing that it holds the seeds of possibility and growth. And remember that you are never alone, even in your darkest and most difficult moments. You are held, you are loved, and you are exactly where you need to be. Keep faith, keep heart, and keep moving forward, one brave step at a time. For the tough times will pass, and on the other side awaits a brighter dawn than you could ever imagine. Life is a beautiful journey, but it's not always an easy one. We all face challenges, setbacks, and difficult times that can leave us feeling overwhelmed, discouraged, and lost. But I'm here to tell you that no matter how tough things get, you have the strength and resilience within you to overcome any obstacle and emerge stronger and wiser on the other side. I know this from personal experience. I've faced my fair share of tough times moments when I felt like giving up, when I questioned my purpose and my path. But through it all, I've learned that the key to dealing with life's challenges is to cultivate a positive mindset, to focus on what you can control, and to never lose sight of your dreams and goals. One of the most important things to remember when you're going through a tough time is that you are not alone. Every single person on this planet faces struggles and setbacks. It's a universal part of the human experience. But what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive is the way they choose to respond to those challenges. When you're in the midst of a difficult situation, it's easy to get caught up in negative thoughts and emotions. You might feel like you're powerless, like you're a victim of circumstance. But the truth is, you always have a choice. You can choose to focus on the problem, or you can choose to focus on the solution. You can choose to wallow in self-pity, or you can choose to take action and make positive changes. It's not always easy to shift your mindset, especially when you're feeling down and discouraged. But with practice and persistence, you can train your brain to look for the good in every situation, to find the lesson and the opportunity for growth. One way to do this is to practice gratitude. No matter how challenging your circumstances may be, there is always something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the love and support of your family and friends. Maybe it's your health or your talents and abilities. When you focus on the things you're thankful for, it shifts your perspective and helps you see the bigger picture. Another way to cultivate a positive mindset is to surround yourself with positive people. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you're constantly around negative, toxic individuals who bring you down and drain your energy, it's going to be much harder to maintain a positive outlook. But if you seek out people who uplift and inspire you, who believe in you and your dreams, you'll find that their positivity is contagious. Of course, cultivating a positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's important to acknowledge and validate your feelings, to give yourself permission to feel sad, angry, or scared. But once you've allowed yourself to feel those emotions, it's crucial to take action and focus on solutions. One of the best ways to do this is to break your challenges down into smaller, more manageable pieces. When you're facing a huge, overwhelming problem, it can seem insurmountable. But if you can break it down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time, suddenly it doesn't seem so daunting. For example, let's say you're dealing with a financial crisis, you've lost your job, you're behind on your bills, and you don't know how you're going to make ends meet. It's a scary and stressful situation, but if you focus on the big picture, it can feel hopeless. Instead, try breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps. Maybe your first step is to create a budget and cut back on unnecessary expenses. Your next step might be to reach out to your creditors and see if you can negotiate a payment plan. Then you can start looking for a new job or exploring ways to generate additional income. By taking it one step at a time and focusing on what you can control, you'll start to feel more empowered and less overwhelmed. And as you make progress, no matter how small, you'll build momentum and confidence. Another important aspect of dealing with tough times is to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. When you're stressed and overwhelmed, it's easy to neglect your own needs and well-being. But if you don't take care of yourself, you won't have the energy or resilience to tackle your challenges head-on. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating a healthy diet, and exercising regularly. These basic self-care practices can make a huge difference in how you feel and how you cope with stress. Take breaks when you need them, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you're struggling. It's also important to find healthy ways to manage your emotions. This might mean journaling, meditating, or talking to a trusted friend or therapist. It's okay to feel your feelings, but it's not okay to let them control you or dictate your actions. Remember, your thoughts and emotions are just that, thoughts and emotions. They don't define you and they don't have to determine your reality. You have the power to choose your response, to reframe your thinking, and to take positive action in the face of adversity. Of course, dealing with tough times isn't just about changing your mindset and taking care of yourself. It's also about tapping into your inner strength and resilience and never losing sight of your dreams and goals. No matter how difficult things may seem, always remember that you are stronger than you think. You have overcome challenges before, and you will overcome them again. Every obstacle, every setback, every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow and become a better version of yourself. When you're in the midst of a tough time, it can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I promise you, there is always hope. There is always a way forward, even if you can't see it yet. One of the most powerful things you can do when you're struggling is to focus on your purpose and your passions. What is it that drives you, that gives your life meaning and fulfillment? What are the dreams and goals that you're working towards? When you have a clear sense of purpose, it gives you something to hold on to when times are tough. It reminds you of why you're fighting, why you're persevering, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. Maybe your purpose is to be a great parent, to raise happy and healthy children. Maybe it's to make a difference in your community, to help those in need and make the world a better place. Maybe it's to pursue your creative passions, to express yourself through art or music or writing. Whatever your purpose is, hold on to it tightly. Let it be your anchor, your guide, your source of strength and motivation. And when you're feeling lost or discouraged, remind yourself of why you started on this journey in the first place. Another important aspect of dealing with tough times is to embrace change and adaptability. Life is constantly changing, and the more we resist that change, the more we suffer. Instead of clinging to the way things used to be or the way you think they should be, try to embrace the present moment and find the opportunity in every challenge. Look for ways to pivot, to adjust your course, to find new solutions and approaches. This might mean letting go of old habits or beliefs that are no longer serving you. It might mean taking risks and stepping outside of your comfort zone. It might mean being open to new possibilities and perspectives that you hadn't considered before. Change can be scary, but it can also be incredibly rewarding. When you embrace change and adaptability, you open yourself up to new experiences, new relationships, new opportunities for growth and success. Of course, embracing change doesn't mean you have to do it alone. One of the most important things you can do when you're going through a tough time is to reach out for support and connection. We all need people in our lives who believe in us, who encourage us, who lift us up when we're feeling down, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, or a professional support system. Don't be afraid to lean on others when you need it. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and courage. It takes bravery to admit when you're struggling, to be vulnerable and open with others. But when you do, you'll often find that people are more than willing to support you and offer their guidance and encouragement. Remember, we're all in this together. We all face challenges and setbacks, and we all need each other to get through them. By building strong, supportive relationships and communities, we can weather any storm and come out stronger on the other side. Finally, I want to leave you with a message of hope and inspiration. No matter how tough things may seem right now, know that you have the power within you to overcome any obstacle and achieve your dreams. You are not defined by your circumstances or your challenges. You are defined by your character, your resilience, your determination to keep going, even when the road ahead is uncertain. Every single day, you have the opportunity to make a choice to focus on the positive, to take action towards your goals, to be kind to yourself and others, and every single day, those choices add up to create the life you want to live. So keep pushing forward, keep believing in yourself, keep holding on to hope. Surround yourself with positivity and support, take care of yourself physically and emotionally, and never lose sight of your purpose and your dreams. Remember, the toughest times in life are often the ones that teach us the most valuable lessons. They shape us, strengthen us, and help us grow into the best version of ourselves. I want to dive deeper into the idea of embracing change and adaptability because I truly believe it's one of the most important skills we can cultivate in life. The reality is, no matter how much we plan or prepare, life has a way of throwing us curveballs. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. When you're faced with unexpected challenges or changes, it's natural to feel resistant or afraid. We humans are creatures of habit, and we often cling to the familiar because it feels safe and comfortable. But the truth is, growth and progress often lie outside of our comfort zones. Think about a time in your life when you were forced to adapt to a new situation. Maybe you started a new job, moved to a new city, or ended a long-term relationship. At first, it probably felt scary and overwhelming. But as you navigated that change and found your footing, you likely discovered new strengths and abilities within yourself that you never knew you had. That's the beauty of embracing change. It challenges us to stretch and grow in ways we never thought possible. It forces us to get creative, to think outside the box, to find new solutions and approaches. And in the process, we often discover that we're far more capable and resilient than we ever gave ourselves credit for. Of course, embracing change doesn't mean you have to love every minute of it. It's okay to feel scared, frustrated, or uncertain at times. The key is to acknowledge those feelings, but not let them control you. Instead, try to reframe the situation as an opportunity for growth and learning. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this challenge to become a better, stronger version of myself? When you approach change with a growth mindset, you open yourself up to a world of possibility and potential. Another important aspect of dealing with tough times is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. So often we waste precious energy worrying about things that are outside of our sphere of influence, the economy, the weather, other people's opinions or actions. But when you focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your responses, you take back your power and agency. You remind yourself that you are the captain of your own ship, the master of your own destiny. This doesn't mean you have to have all the answers or do everything perfectly. It simply means that you take responsibility for your own life and well-being, and you do your best to make positive choices and take action towards your goals. One way to do this is to set small, achievable goals for yourself each day. These might be as simple as making your bed in the morning, going for a walk outside, or reaching out to a friend or loved one. When you focus on taking small, consistent steps forward, you build momentum and confidence over time. And when you do encounter setbacks or obstacles, remember to be kind and compassionate with yourself. We all make mistakes. We all have moments of weakness or doubt. But beating yourself up or engaging in negative self-talk will only make things worse. Instead, try to practice self-compassion and forgiveness. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend or loved one. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and learning. Another powerful tool for dealing with tough times is to practice mindfulness and presence. When we're stressed or overwhelmed, it's easy to get caught up in anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about the past. But when we anchor ourselves in the present moment, we can find a sense of calm and clarity amidst the chaos. One simple way to practice mindfulness is to focus on your breath. Take a few deep, slow breaths and notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your lungs. Feel your feet on the ground, your body in space. Notice any sights, sounds, or smells around you. By bringing your attention to the present moment, you remind yourself that right here, right now, you are okay. You have everything you need to handle whatever challenges come your way. And by cultivating a sense of presence and mindfulness, you can navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and resilience. Of course, dealing with tough times isn't always easy, and it's okay to seek out additional support and resources when you need them. This might mean talking to a trusted friend or family member, seeking out a therapist or counselor, or joining a support group of people who are going through similar challenges. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and self-awareness. We all need support and guidance at times, and there is no shame in reaching out and asking for what you need. In fact, building a strong support system is one of the most important things you can do to weather life's storms. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, who encourage you to be your best self. Seek out mentors and role models who have navigated similar challenges and can offer wisdom and guidance. And don't forget to offer your own support and encouragement to others as well. When we give back and make a positive impact on the world around us, we cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning that can carry us through even the toughest of times. Ultimately, dealing with tough times is about developing resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges, to adapt and grow in the face of adversity. And the good news is, resilience is a skill that can be learned and cultivated over time. Every time you face a challenge head-on, every time you pick yourself up after a fall, every time you choose to focus on the positive and take action towards your goals, you are building your resilience muscle. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. And as you build that resilience, you'll find that you have a greater capacity for joy, gratitude, and fulfillment as well. Because when you know that you can handle the tough times, you're free to fully embrace and savor the good times as well. So keep going, keep growing, keep believing in yourself and your dreams. Remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a chance to learn and adapt. You are stronger than you know, and you have everything you need within you to create the life you want to live. Surround yourself with positivity and support. Take care of yourself physically and emotionally, and never lose sight of your purpose and your passions. Keep shining your light, keep spreading your love and compassion, and trust that the universe has your back. You are not alone, and you are never alone. You are part of a global community of people who are all navigating this journey of life together. We are here to support each other, to lift each other up, to remind each other of our inherent worth and potential. So let's keep moving forward together, one step at a time. Let's embrace the challenges and the changes. Let's learn from the setbacks and the failures. Let's celebrate the victories and the joys, no matter how small they may seem. And most importantly, let's never forget the incredible power and resilience that lies within each and every one of us. We are all capable of overcoming incredible odds, of rising above our circumstances, of creating lives of meaning and purpose and joy. So keep going, keep believing, keep shining your light. The world needs your unique gifts and talents, your love and compassion, your courage and resilience. You are here for a reason. And that reason is to make a positive impact on the world around you. So trust in yourself, trust in the journey, and know that you have everything you need to create the life of your dreams. Remember, tough times don't last, but tough people do. You are stronger than you know, and you are capable of incredible things. So keep pushing forward, keep believing in yourself, and never give up on your dreams. The world is waiting for you to shine your light, to share your gifts, to make your mark. So go out there and do just that. Embrace the challenges, learn from the setbacks, and never lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within you. You are a force for good in this world, and your unique journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust the process, trust yourself, and know that you are loved and supported every step of the way. Thank you for being here, for showing up for yourself and for others, for doing the hard work of growth and transformation. Your courage and resilience are an inspiration to us all, and I am honored to be a part of your journey. Keep shining, keep growing, keep believing. The best is yet to come.